Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen, and the cards are falling all over the place. And it is Wednesday, and it is August the 19th, and we are still reading from the Journey into the Hidden Realms Tarot, which is a Barbara Moore and Julia Jeffrey deck. The art is absolutely stunning. And this was lent to me by my dear friend Topaz, who I am thanking just about every day for lending me this gorgeous deck. And I hope she is enjoying my little interpretations of them, of every card as we go through them. So without further ado, let's see what card we are going to go through today. Oh, and see, that's what I mean. They're gorgeous. Even the mean ones are gorgeous. So this is a Three of Swords. There are no swords. The only three that I see are the three roses. There's also roses in her hair. This is not the most clear card when it comes to symbology, but I think we can probably pull the meaning out of it if we really kind of dig deep a little bit with this one. Plus, it's such a pretty card. I really want to find something in it. So, one, this card is absolutely gorgeous. It is beautiful purples. I don't know how well this is coming out on the camera, but it is beautiful purples. Those roses are the best color. They are like a deep purplish red. They're just absolutely fantastic. And I could almost like smell them. They are so gorgeous. And you can see the wind in her hair is kind of blowing, and she's looking off into the distance, kind of longingly. And she's got kind of flowers in her hair. Nothing here seems super wilted or anything, so I'm not going to lean into that. There is blood kind of dripping from her hand a little bit, like she squeezed those thorns a little too tight. So we have the roses and her longing, and we know that swords are typically something to do with kind of, they are to do with communication and connection to people. So while they are not necessarily emotion like the cups are emotion, because the cups can be kind of just emotional in the global sense of things. This is more like how you interact with other people. And that can be with anger and drama and frustration, or love and passion and romance and those kinds of things. I like to say the story of the swords is kind of the most violent, most Shakespearean of the stories in the tarot in the suits. So while the cups are very like kind of a bit of a dramedy, the swords are definitely a drama and mostly a tragedy. The story of the swords is violent and passionate and a little bit crazy. And that is the typical meaning with the Three of Swords. So typically, the Three of Swords will be a heart or something heart shaped, and it has three swords driven through it. And if that's not clear what this story is about with this card, I don't know what is. So typically, the Three of Swords represents some sort of emotional betrayal, some relationship betrayal. It's it's an affair card, really, more than anything else. I think I've seen that card come up in affairs more often than not. Somebody is keeping secrets that are troublesome and gonna cause drama. And one of the other things with that card is that it is very much a card of longing. So you can kind of see that it's either the affair is in process and things are happening and somebody's going to find out about it, or your heart is somewhere else. Your heart is pining away for someone else, for something else. And I say that it's the affair card, but it really does kind of speak to a wanting to be where we are not. That's really the core of that card is I want a person I cannot have. I want a job I cannot have. I want to live in a place I cannot live. It's a card of wanting and longing and pining and all of those kinds of things. So when you see the Three of Swords come up, really look at the cards that are surrounding it, because that'll define whether or not it is a relationship card or if it has more to do with work or finances or just kind of a missing something in your life. It can be very spiritual as well. It can be that you feel like the traditions you were raised in are not right for you anymore, or a lot of different things. But either way, this card is usually something that is, it's not a good card. It's not a happy card. But even if you look at this one, you can tell she is not happy. She is longing for something. And you do get that longing of the Three of Swords in her expression. And also that how we kind of keep ourselves from moving on and healing from something, or letting go of that which we can't have so we can have happiness in what we do have, and letting our heart grow that way. You can see the injury, the pain in the blood coming from her hand. So I do get all of those things that are typical to the swords and typical to the Three of Swords. It's also really a card of, again, I say longing, but the injury of it reminds me that like it does have to go to like those old hurts and the baggage that we carry around. So if something has happened and this card kind of comes up as a past card, it can very much mean, hey, you're still kind of lugging some baggage around. Cut yourself free, because your heart will not heal with those swords still in it. Her hand will not heal with those swords with those thorns still in it. So I don't know if roses are the flower that have been kind of representative of this suit. I haven't really looked. Maybe I should take apart this deck and say, oh, well, that's because roses are everywhere in this suit, and they have thorns, and therefore that's where the sword thing comes from. I don't know. I haven't really seen that, but it seems to work, because to me, roses are kind of that, in terms of flowers and the language of flowers, they are a very vocal flower. So if you know anything about the language and interpretation and symbology of flowers, roses are love, they are hate, they are innocence, they are jealousy. There is so much wrapped up in giving somebody a rose. Make sure you give somebody a rose in the right color. Probably not this dark purple. That's really probably not the best flower to give somebody. But either way, I can see how using roses to represent the swords is really powerful, because if you're going to go with something like, I don't want a whole lot of weapons in this deck that has to do with the fae and has to do with forests and woodland stuff, let's go with what the most violent flower is, or at least the loudest. And roses are definitely loud. It's interesting to me too, because I'm currently working on a manuscript that has a lot to do with roses. So seeing this card in particular reminds me that I probably should do some work today. So there's my little interlude on that. And again, I don't think this deck is good for somebody who's a beginner, but you see how you can really get that symbolism out of this card. If you look at a card and really give it its due, like, and analyze it like art. That's one of the biggest reasons I started really collecting tarot, not so much just reading them. There are several decks that I hardly ever read. I have them because I love the beauty of the art in them. And because there's so much symbology in there, I can look at a card for hours and really just appreciate the art of it. So with this card, just appreciate this kind of, I don't know, she's a little bit Ophelia-ish. Appreciate how beautiful she is. Appreciate the beauty of those roses. And it really, I mean, step back. I feel like I could almost pluck one of those roses right out of her hand. It would probably really suck for her because she'd bleed some more. But either way, that's a basic interpretation of the Three of Swords in this deck, as well as kind of showing you what they probably would look like in other decks more traditionally. I hope that's helpful to you. I hope that you look at this card as well as other Three of Swords and really kind of embody what that means so that you remember when you're doing a reading. As always, take a look at the links in the description below for some of the cool stuff that I'm doing and my website. And if you're interested, I'm doing Tarot Cafe on Mondays, and we've got the tarot lessons as well as tarot readings all month long, and I'm playing with this deck until the end of the month, which we only have like 11 more days with this deck. Can you believe that? Unbelievable. Craziness. So we're almost done with August. Here we go. As always, please tell your friends, check this out, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and I hope that this card was not directed at you today. All right, bye!